Mic's working.
Welcome to the well of the street.
Alex. Whoa, they're just booting it up. Hugo? That's a fun character. Yo, someone on P2 needs to hit start. Okay. Dudley. Rocket upper Dudley. There's a Hugo. Hugo's second worst matchup, supposedly. Okay. Jump jab. That got both hits. Huh? He was too early on the second light machine gun blow, but you can salvage that. You didn't. Oh, I hate that. Fuck Dudley. I hate air parries. Wow! Stand strong to uppercut combos on mid-air opponents? I've never seen that in my life. Why is Dudley sucking up or just uppercut that fast? Hello. Okay. That jump was kind of awkward. He might have had super there. He was not point blank though. So it's kind of scary if you're not picking super 3. Super 1's range isn't quite so good, I think. Oh, empty jump. EX clap. Hello? This is like kill. Corkscrew would have been close. I think Corkscrew might have killed too. But SA1, it was just dead, dead, dead. Same matchup. Whoa. He had a cancel on that towards forward. It was confirmed by the parry. So he might have had another uppercut cancel there. Wow. That must have been minus. Nice. Caught a parry probably. Good parry. Was that red or blue? I can't tell. We missed the frame. Was that fucking stand short cancel? I bet that built more meter than just doing a DP as he landed. More reliable too. What the fuck is Dudley's towards short? Does he not have one? That's weird to think about. He doesn't have one, does he? He's got towards of every other normal. But I don't think he has a towards short. Unless I can't remember what it is. Nice, good confirm. Damn, that killed too. Nice. That hit fully too. Hugo stayed on the left side. Bit bold to do that, but it worked. That looked like a punish. That shoot down backbreaker looked really late. Very nice. Oh, optimal. Larry, it wasn't a bad idea. That you almost never see it. I think it's hard to get that link. Nice. Good confirm. Hugo's Lariat is like an actual contender for the worst special move in the game. I always kind of regarded Dudley in my mind as a character having 6 towards plus normal command normals, like Makoto or Oni. But he doesn't have a towards short. I'm fucking going nuts. Towards strong and towards forward both exist. Towards fierce and towards roundhouse both exist. I think this game has towards jab. SF4 definitely has towards jab. There we go. That's the kind of EX lariat. That's the kind of lariat combo you usually see with clap. EX lariat's way faster than the meterless ones. Nice parry and punish. I think Dudley has towards jab in this game. Yeah. It's like almost the same as his regular jab. Just has a little bit more range, I think. And maybe the hitbox is a bit higher. Might be a bit slower or something too. Ooh. That comboed. He hit that so late. Nice. I feel grimy watching this fucking Dudley play. It's gross. He's making Dudley look top tier. There was a juggle there. He just missed it. Air Fierce probably works. Wow, looks good. Wrong frame. That has, I think, 2 active frames, that super. And Dudley was mid-air for both of them. I thought he was going to land right then. What the fuck juggle was that? You guys see that shit? I've seen that before, but it's just weird seeing it. EX uppercut second hit into fucking stand strong into uppercut. It's like something out of a combo video. And he did it so deliberately. He's like, oh yeah, okay. I imagine that only works if EX uppercut hits once only. A cancelable medium would probably give him some kind of cancel into light clap. A cancelable heavy definitely would. And from light clap you can already land, like, you know, mediums. So it's got a high potential to give him some kind of loop. It really just depends on how they do all the timings, though. In Omega, they made it so, wah! That was mistimed, the down roundhouse. It's kind of a questionable decision anyway. What was I going to say? In Omega, they made it so, the only cancel you had into clap was stand short into light clap, I think. Or EX clap might have worked too. And then they slowed down stand short and also made it so... I forget. I gotta go back and watch my own video on that one. I think he couldn't do much from light clap. This Dudley's mad good. I imagine that works in the corner, what he just did. That stands strong. You're gonna get the full hit? Yep, full connect. If that was not full connect, he would have had a juggle. And the juggle might have killed, because he had another super. Dudley could have maybe got like a ducking upper into another SA1. That would have hit fully. That's kind of cool. Universal overhead anti-air. The idea is, you know, it's a fast overhead, and also it would have jumped over an empty jump SA1. Kind of a cool concept. Let's not count our chickens about SF6 before they hatch. People thought cross Tekken and SF5 both looked very promising. I think people will find something to hate. Whoa, that's not a combo. When Dudley just gets in your face and hits buttons, it's pretty scary. There's probably a ducking upper of some kind there, I don't know. Ducking straight. It's a very far away down roundhouse. It like hit a poke. There's a lot of everything I've seen about it so far, like, don't get me wrong. Well, the thing is, I don't really care about single player. SF5 got a lot of shit for having nothing but versus training and online. And those are literally the only 3 features I use. So I felt nothing that there was as bare bones as that. Is that a whiff punish? Optimal. What? That can't be right. Got him. The parries were right. But I can't imagine he wanted to clap that high. What the fuck? Okay. Wake up fucking parry throw. That came out as just, you know, an aggressive ass throw. That empty jump grab is super tricky for Dudley because he can't do empty jump short swing blow. And attacking him to anti-aim is kind of tricky too because he can parry. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. He can't do all those things at once, but you know, it's a tricky mix. I think it's a problem in this matchup that Hugo can clap. I mean, not clap. He can parry like various pokes from Dudley and just get no reward. Like stuff like low forward might work, or it might be too slow. SPD will be too far away. Claps will be way too slow. Hitbox on SA1 is pretty nice. If the opponent's right over Dudley's head, it always seems to hit. Nice. Shoot down backbreaker versus anti-air button is a mix-up for Hugo. Wow. Hard to punish though. EX Lariat maybe was his only hope. Nice, very tricky. Not quite a kill, but pretty close. Ooh! It was possible to kill Dudley because of that, but it was difficult. Okay, that was a punish, I'm pretty sure. Did he mean a super cancel? Super cancel made sense there. Hi. Alright, parries. No, you have to low parry or else the fucking you'll be standing. You do 4 low parries and you hold down on the final one. It hits more times than standing Hugo. Matches are good so far. That's a blue parry for that super parry, so it's not hard. I've done parries like that myself in match. It's very easy. It's also optimal. It's free meter. And you get better punishes. It's actually possible for some characters to do a few parries on the ground, then jump and parry midair, and then get a jump and punish. Very fancy looking. Hugo's jump and punishes are actually not optimal though. He'd rather do a clap punish. And clap punishes are also easier in that context. Just do a few parries, make him land into a clap. Anti-air parry into jab. Jab will sometimes lose to just air buttons, depending on what the air button is. It'll probably lose more often than it wins, honestly. But if you OS parry beforehand, more reliable. Lariat is a poke, not punished. I imagine Dudley can just stand strong it or something, I don't know. Stand strong ducking super. I hate that. That's one of the grimiest things Dudley has, is towards forward link super. Feels like he shouldn't be able to do that. That shit's very powerful. Most of a TC. He actually could have kept going, I think. Dudley had super on landing there, I think. Didn't see it. Or didn't want it. Shoot down backbreaker, very nice. Having an unparryable anti-air is actually very strong for Hugo. 2 jabs, he didn't confirm super. I think you can only super cancel the down jab though, right? I don't actually remember. I feel like Hugo's stand jab doesn't actually cancel. Only the down jab does, but I could be wrong. The stand jab has more range. A little bit. Oh, he went for the red parry. That would have been... He would have won on the spot if he got that parry. That move is safe on block, I'm pretty sure. It's like -3 or something, it's like quite safe. Interesting. ATC. Jab reset. Oh, he went for it. Too far away, maybe. Wake up blow short. Oh my god. I wonder if Stand Fierce is more meter build there. I know Stand Strong is more damage. It probably doesn't matter at all. No red parry. He just takes the regular old EX Rekka punish. Parry throw actually beats the 2 hits of towards of stand close fierce, by the way. Kind of an interesting little moment we just saw. That's why parry throw is kind of more reliable than parry into attack. Parry into attack is obviously a lot more rewarding. But parry throw, the throw comes out on like frame 3 or whatever. So parry throw will interrupt certain things that parry into attack wouldn't. Like the 2 hits of towards fierce. The grab will hit between them. Ryu. With SA1. Down fierce was very nice. That will beat pretty much every air button in the game. It's a very reliable anti-air normal. It is somewhat vulnerable to parries, but it does help that you can cancel it. That being said, the timing of getting an anti-air version of it oftentimes is past the cancel window. So Ryu has to kind of do a little bit of guesswork. It's not as clean as it looks. As a super confirmed, didn't pan out. Super would have killed there. Another one. Ah. Okay. Red parry attempt? Wow. Fancy. Didn't get it though. It's a good reaction too. It's hard to react to that. Well, it's not that hard. It's mostly just being ready for it. Very tricky to go for parries versus, or even to challenge in any way, Yang EX Rekka. It's like godlike and neutral too. Okay, super strong for Ryu right now. A little bit awkward. Kind of let Yang out of the corner after getting some fake looking pressure. Yang's still like an EX Rekka and some from winning. This crouching hit EX Rekka. Yang played well, is quite beautiful. Ah, the fucking round start palm didn't pan out. He's getting a little close to dizzy. Yeah, Dudley did a dizzy ender. Very rare that you see that. Here it was optimal. It's a bit strong to say rare do you see it. It's rare to see the dizzy. Dudley's damage is so high and his dizzy is not particularly impressive that he'll often just kill you without dizzying you. A lot of characters in this game are like that. Only about half the cast can realistically dizzy you. The other half will just kill you first. I'm not sure it's half and half, but it's something like that. It's very uncommon to see undizzy someone. It's very uncommon to see, like, Ken dizzy someone. You'll never see Remy dizzy anyone. And then you got other characters who just dizzy all the fucking time. Like Aura. Like Alex. Like Yang. Oh, he didn't get it. Hard to get that. You got a parry pre-freeze. Just a presence of mind thing. You have to be ready for a ducking super. You don't have to parry pre-freeze, but it makes it a lot easier. Tension Ryu. Okay, okay. Nice placement on the normals. Ryu can hang with Dudley in a normal game, I think. Dudley can counterpoke just about every character in the game with his normals. He's got great normals. I would say between him and Chun-Li for the game's best normals. Okay, very nice placement. That dizzy bar is arguably better than actually getting the dizzy, because if Ryu gets any kind of combo into a dizzy now, he wins. Ooh. Officially, it's 5-5. There have been 2 Ryu Dudley tournaments that I'm aware of, maybe more. And I think in both the Ryu's lost. I think most people regard it as a pretty even matchup. But Dudley's kind of a stronger character. Maybe. It's hard to say. Dudley's creeping just outside fucking the top tier of this game. And Ryu's pretty close himself. Both of them fight the top tiers decently. Stand short into throw. Did he just want throw it initially? A weird little quirk with twins is their neutral super jump goes backward. Right there, Yang did a neutral super jump fierce, and it just missed. Because he wasn't point blank when he did the neutral super jump cancel. His neutral jump heavies do more damage than his... Or his neutral jump fierce does more damage than any of his diagonal jump normals. Which is why he went for it. He only had a 1 extra hit there. So he went for the max damage, but it just fell out. Nice reaction. Or guess. The red parry attempt! Yes. I don't think there's a single regular jump cancel. When they brought twins to Sf3, they didn't have super jumps, unlike Ibuki. So they just got a jump cancel on their like close medium kick. Oh, the same thing happened. But in this game, I'm pretty sure all jump cancels are super jump cancels. There aren't that many. Oro on close strong. Twins on close forward. Ibuki's got a few in various places. Close roundhouse, I think far roundhouse. Probably like another one somewhere. 12 on close forward. It's probably a big one I'm forgetting. Obviously, for supers, you got Chun-Li SA2 and Makoto SA2. Having a low damage super you can combo out of is an insanely good idea, and I'm surprised it's not more popular. I love the level 2 supers in CVS 2, where you had like a cancel or whatever. Ah. I think C Groove was probably my favorite groove to watch. A Groove had a lot of novelty the first time you see it. It's probably the best groove, I would guess. Not that I'm like an expert on CVS 2, but just from what I've seen, A Groove looks very strong. Basically, anytime there's custom combos, they're top tier. You know what I mean? It's hard to make custom combos balanced. K to N. I thought it was A and C and then K. I've never heard anyone call N Groove that good. I think K Groove is considered quite strong, but actually it loses to A Groove, right? Because you can like just get to your... You can get activated and die in the same combo very easily, I think. Something like that. There's some reason, but I don't remember what it is. N Groove is supposed to be on the up and up, but I thought it was like... It was like, technically it's viable, but it's like C Groove but worse, I thought was what people thought of it. And then people were kind of coming around, it's like, you know, maybe it's good. When you watch competitive footage, it's almost always CA and K. K would be stressful to play, I feel, having a timer on your meter. Oh, the dizzy on the regular Rekkas. Alex. God, Yang's arms look good. How do I go Yang mode? Oh, he had a juggle. He had Stand Strong or something there. He got Stand Fierce. I don't know what he was trying to do. I can't even imagine. Towards Fierce? No. I don't know. It's like a mystery. There's like nothing you would do there with Stand Fierce. Or like with the heavy punch at all. Maybe it's just an accidental button press. Wow. EX knee used as a reversal. That's really shitty. It worked though, somehow. Like, meaties will just beat that. It's kind of fast. But I don't think it's super duper fast. Wow. In the corner, Alex, I think, gets a juggle there. It's a scenario you rarely see. Anti-air first hit of EX. Okay. What the fuck is this? A cancel into fucking palm? Palm fake, that is? It worked. This match is a little cursed. Okay. That looked like a deliberate overhead attempt. What is going on with this Stand Fierce? That one might have been deliberate. He might have been trying to go for just a meaty Fierce after an anti-air parry. That's a weird thing to do though, because he could have done just anti-air parry into like a punish. Instead of like a fucking overhead reset. Alright, still Alex. That looked like medium chop, I guess. Oh, was that an accident? He got like a wake up slash elbow. Whoa! I can't imagine he wants that. What's going on with this Alex player? Something a little weird. Almost dizzy. He got far jab from point blank. Alex sucks. I mean, close jab's not like anything special. You're kind of indifferent whether you get close jab or far jab, honestly. Okay, that's typical Alex stuff. Just do it anyway. Doesn't matter if it's blocked. Overhead. It's a very good overhead. Throw. Alex's just one-off hits are decently strong. How strong is a poke? It's not horrible. You don't see it that much in this game. It's not as good as it in SF5. It's not bad, though. Alex got like 10 errant hits in that round, and one off of them. That was parry into block by the Alex on wake up, I think. Yang jumped. ATA short after ATA parry. Okay. Alex has all this meter. That was a single hit confirm. Oh, that was too. He just missed it. Oh, there's a juggle. Fancy. He needs like one parry into super, but I don't think Yang is going to give it to him. Oh, he just did it. YOLO'd. I respect it. That is a real invincible wake up. It sucks, but it's a real invincible wake up. And those are not common in this game. Whiffing close strongs is like the fastest thing Yang can whiff to build meter. But of course you can't normally whiff a close normal unless the opponent's next to you. And knocked over. I'm doing okay. Whoa! That was the right punish at the wrong timing. This blue Elena is kind of nice looking. Wow, look at that. Background house to dodge to the low. Very nice. Whoa, that comboed. She could have super cancelled it. There we go. I forget universal overhead's even a thing when I play Elena. Nice ATC to punish the jump. This is Elena's like 9 times out of 10. There we go. Very nicely taken. SA1 Elena is quite cool. Generally, SA1 and SA2 are interchangeable. SA1 gives you more meter, but it's weaker in combos, and it doesn't combo from quite as far out. Her universal overhead's like every other one in the game. I just forget it's a thing. She's got other overheads, is the idea. And other ways to hop over lows. Parry attempts. Wow, he just did it. Elena's SA1 and SA2 are both invincible reversals, I'm pretty sure. SA1 is a bit better as an anti-air, but not much better. They both do very miserable damage anti-air, but SA2 can fall out and even be unsafe. Whereas SA1 at least hits properly. Properly-ish. You lose like half the damage. It depends on how you hit them. Nice. Background house parried. Background house is unthrowable and also dodges lows. Makes it very obnoxious meaty, but it is parryable. Oh, but Elena, I was going to say, Elena doesn't have that many confirms. So it's very common to get just a parry as your primary super confirm is Elena. And because of that, SA2, you probably won't get that many opportunities for a parry. So you want to be able to dump more meter on each parry. That wasn't confirmed. Bullshit. Okay. This is death to chip. Even if he blocked. So that was quite a good option there for Elena. Only punishable by red parry. Wow, the slide got hit. Anyway, SA1 doesn't do as much damage after a parry and also works after fewer parries because of the smaller range. You can get a very far away parry into low strong super. One of the big weapons of low strong for Elena is its massive range. So the fact that SA2 combos from max range is quite useful, whereas SA1 doesn't. So like, you know, with SA2 you can do like a max, you can do outside max range low strong and see if they walk into it. But you can't do that kind of like buffered cancel with SA1. So basically SA2 does more damage and also is arguably easier to land. But the meter is quite a bit longer and you also have fewer bars of it. Nice. And it's not way stronger. And it's not way harder to land. It's more like they're equally hard to land, but SA2 is stronger when you land. Super. Lena's EX is actually quite decent, so having lots of EX is a plus. I think that palm might have been an accident. He did a palm feint after getting like an ambiguous cross up. I think he might have wanted EX Rekkas. Because EX Rekkas on one side will give you a palm feint on the other side. Very nice. ATR roundhouse or low roundhouse. That was probably a minus unblocked dive kick. Jumping back as an ATR is a very decent option. I like the way this Elena's playing. Very safe. That was a parry attempt, I think. Ugh. Tried to meet him for an air to air with an early button, but he didn't even jump. That's a failed meaty by Yang, just too early. By like 1 frame. Super would have actually juggled there, but I don't blame him for not going for it, but it's kind of funny that it would have. Oh, that was a super confirm. This is dead to chip, right? He went for the red parry, missed it. I think it was dead to chip. We'll never know now. It was a hard call. Any decision Yang made was like an acceptable decision there. He could have tried to block it out, he could have tried to parry. And both of those would have been decently smart. Okay. This is over. Elena actually recovers crouching, I think, from that super, and she's got the low profile crouch, which means certain characters have a very obnoxious punish there.
Prepare to strike. Now.
But you also take more damage when you're punished crouching, so it's a mixed bag for her. I think she's actually crouching and not just doing a low animation. I don't remember.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice. Very tricky. He blocked the low correctly. That could have been an overhead. It's quite unreactable with Elena. She's got really fucking fast overheads, like a 14 frame or 12 frame overhead or something. Okay, you don't see that confirmed very often. It's not bad. It's a bit of a waste of meter. You'd rather just land EX Rekkas over and over. But it is higher burst damage than Yang usually gets. Overhead, that's the slow one, but it's a bit safer. It also has more range. Ah, that hit a grip.
Final round. Now.
I called it the slow overhead, but like her overheads are like 18 frames and like 13 frames or something. It's like the slow one is still quite fast. Parry attempt by Elena, I think. Also doubles as an OS block if it's cross-up dive kick. Purple check mark with the purple check mark. Nice parry. He's got to win legit though. That was honestly like Yang is like 3 touches from death, and Elena was 1 touch from death. Even though they had like the same health, I would have given that to Yang most of the time. Elena's burst damage being bad just sucks. My command grab went so far. He looks cool. I hope they keep him charge. I'm like the one person hoping that. I don't know how charge characters are going to work with the new system. Where, like, you can do everything on one button. Are you going to need to have charge in order to be able to hit that button? Whoa. Optimal. I think the third... There's some really nasty statistic, but I don't remember what it is. It's like the third most recent charge character Capcom made was like Remy. And then the next most recent was like DiCaprio, and then the most recent was Fong. It was something like that. It's like they're not making as many charge characters as they used to. Is that really true? Did SF5 only give us Fong? Or was there another one I can't think of? Nikali has a charge move. Okay, you're right. I don't really consider characters like that charge characters.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Chun turned into a charge character, huh? My guy. Chun-Li's had charge moves in every game she's been in. And she had a bunch in Street Fighter 2. Which was her debut, by the way. She might be all motion in some Marvel games.
You win. Battle. Into the heat of
That cat.
Go for it.
Whoa. Aki. Or AKI. Aki. Based on the way she looks, and the way that her name is punctuated, and the fact that she's from China, I can't imagine she's not related to Fong in some way. Probably another assassin from the same group. And if they're doing that, then I'd say it's near guaranteed that she's going to have a similar gameplay style. It's probably just like we want to try something new. We want to have a spiritual successor, but not be bound to create the same character.
Final round. Go for it.
That's what Capcom always does. The leak said the French girl was Girl Abel, and I looked back at it, and it's like, yeah, actually. I liked Fong. I didn't like his gameplay style that much. I wouldn't have ever liked to play him, I think. And I didn't really like to fight him. I sure liked the way he looked, though. I didn't hate the way to fight him. He was very unique. I appreciate that. Fighting him felt like fighting no Street Fighter character. They successfully created a new gameplay style, I feel.
Win. Are you ready? Go.
Parry's being only liked by casuals. I think a lot of people look at Daigo's opinion and treat it like everyone's opinion. I'm tired of this. I think Daigo and Mago say I don't really like parries. Form your own opinion. I don't give a fuck what someone else thinks of them. I like them. Removing the grid. Sad.
Strike. Now.
I like the grid. I think it's a very real thing that Daigo says something and then people parrot it a lot. It becomes a prevailing public opinion. I don't remember anyone suggesting white health chip damage from normals. And then Daigo brought that up as a potential solution and then everyone was saying it. It's just a very out there solution. It's a good solution, but it's very out there. It's a strange thing to suddenly come to a consensus on. Unless everyone comes to a consensus based on what one person says. That being said, it did get into the game and it does work pretty well. So I don't dislike it. Thanks, Daigo. What the fuck was that? It's supposed to be EX Fireball? Even EX Fireball would have been strange there. Can't even imagine what he was trying to do. Okay. That's 0 on Parry.
You win. Now.
It's even plus for Ken if it's not point blank Parry. Whenever I hear people say negative things about parries, they almost always start describing an air parry. Have you guys ever noticed that? It's like, shit, what about the ground ones? Super? That's just sweep.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I like Chip. No complaints about Chip. It's a good system. I like that we had two different kinds of chip last game. You got the white health chip and the regular chip. And I like the super chip outs without having regular chip outs. I really liked how Sf3 handled all that. Wow, I think that was deliberate, it just fell out. The IDP might have been better there. I've never heard any complaints on Sf5 parries except that they're useless.
Are you ready? Go.
No one's ever like, oh man, it's so bullshit that Ryu can parry. You know, for the Kara DP on cornered Yang.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Ruvius 1, the thing about it is that it has very high risk.
You win.
Very high risk. So the only times you usually see it are in scenarios where it's guaranteed.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter. Prepare for battle. Are you ready? Go.
Anyway, I expect that parries will have commitment like Sf5 and will not be commitless like Sf3. Wow. That was a dead OS and a fucking empty cancel. That was confirmed twice over. It also hit the landing recovery, so it's like a third confirm.
Are you ready? Go.
That's a novel concept, I suppose. Probably not. I have no idea. Don't ask me about mechanics. I'm just guessing. We're all just guessing. Whoa, parry into fucking overhead. Ah. The punch won't kill here, I don't think. Yeah. Yang just doesn't have that kind of damage. What the fuck was that? He went for parry into block, trying to bait out a DP cancel. Looked really funny. Ken tried to parry a dive kick, but it was a short dive kick. Very obnoxious mix up that the Twins have. Oh, there we go. This though, you can OS against it. Oh, aggressive. Ken just jumped in, got in, and just aggressively parried. This should be over. I can't see this comeback happening unless Ken just chokes super hard. No, it's slowly happening. Ah, okay. There it is. I think the super meter isn't for EXs, right? So that it's only for supers is looking kind of likely. Maybe they'll add guard cancel roll. Have that cost a super meter. We're gonna get super cancels like Street Fighter EX. That was actually a super Kino system. I'm really sad they never brought it back.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, snatched him. Back right hut. No, that could have been a full combo. Alright, the punish was bad though. It's quite hard to punish. That was tricky parry. Necro could have thrown there. Too late. Mega Dan Infinite on Sakura. Was it something with repeated dash buttons? Dash strong, dash jab or something like that? Dash short, isn't it? It's something to do with his dash cancels. Whoa. Ken got a little greedy and then he died. Yeah, I knew about that. But parry into nothing. Very safe. The drill out of the corner. Looks goofy as hell. The back throw! Omega Dan. The back throw again! Does a grip too. That back throw always crosses up. I think both of Necro's throws just turn into that back throw on a back turned opponent. Nice. Someone made a video on it. I think I won. Damn, where'd the Necro go? Nice. Parry attempt? Fuck, I didn't do the chore I was supposed to do today. I just remembered. I was gonna go down and buy some scrubs. The closest scrub shop to me that sells the colors I need is like 20 miles away. I gotta do a big old drive.
Are you ready?
It was like 25. I looked at Omega Jury and was quite impressed. Her combos are fun to hit, and they seem decently sound, more reliable than Ultra. Arians and chores are synonyms to me.
Are you ready? Go. Prepare to strike. Now.
I have a lot of time to get the scrubs. I gotta get them before August 8th. It's like 2 months. Oh, back throw there was so good. I can't believe he didn't do it. Oh, wow. I think he was too far for double back fierce, but otherwise double back fierce was probably good there. Look at the corner carry. Necro got like a fucking back fierce and then a throw and moved Ken from one corner to the other. Like he was fully cornered and then just like managed to sneak out somehow. Is this that same Alex? That's a 5. I was playing that a bit recently. She just gets low short, low jab, stand short, right? That is nice. There were some other things I remember thinking, damn, this is nice quality of life. I don't remember what though. There are a lot of characters in Sf3 with 3 like normal combos now. That was a very rare thing at launch. There were like 2 characters with it at launch, if even. Hit plat, you can do it. I believe in you. I was thinking about that myself. I was like, I should finally go for master. My KOF 15 team? I haven't played in a little minute. Not since the patch. But I was playing Yuri, Dolores, Rio. I really want to sneak Ashe onto my team, but I don't know who I'd drop. I stopped at 22,000 and I wasn't really stuck, but oh, that normally works. I wasn't really stuck, but I definitely slowed down a lot. I've been winning more with Aura than Sakura recently, though. Like, the same opponent, I'll do better with Aura. I've had that happen versus, like, a dozen different people now. People are just worse at fighting Aura. Haiden, Rugal, Cronin. Cronin's supposed to be like super top tier now, right? I think I saw a tier list someone put out that Ben Hubs retweeted recently.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
When I watch Cronin play, it looks the same. What's new? Yuri's buffs looked insane, so did Ryo's. I saw Yuri at like top tier and I was like, damn. Ryo was still like... Ryo to me got every buff he could have possibly asked for, and they're like all huge. And I saw, from what I've seen of tier lists, people usually put him as like low before, and then like mid now. And I'm like, bro, he looks like top tier to me. Meanwhile, Yuri, I thought had some decent, quite good buffs. And now she's like super top tier, apparently. Yuri seemed to get a really good buff to her 3D. That's what I've seen of the footage of her. That's what seems to be really crazy. Her 3D now leaves you much closer to the opponent. So you can do like low short, low B, low B, stand B, 3D into like EX upper, or I mean EX reflect. And like it still hits. Or like you can do close C or close D into 3D, and then EX reflect and that hits. So basically she gets like max damage stuff off of any confirm, when previously she had to like, she could only go for like super cancels. DP cancel into super. Like, if you just got a raw punish, you could do some nice stuff with Yuri before, but from confirms, you had like nothing. But now you get good combos off of confirms and punishes. It was a very nice buff for her. It like turned into a regular command normal. It was like one of those awkward, weird command normals. Like Mai's 3D, I think. Right? Isn't that the same? She's got like a similar normal. Nice punish. Oh, Yang somehow committed to a Rekka in the recovery of the fucking uppercut. Whip seemed to get a lot better, right? People called Whip bottom 1 before. And now it's like, she's okay actually.
Into the heat of battle.
I think Whip doesn't really play the game the same way other characters do. Like, she doesn't really have a light confirmer. I think her light confirm is like repeated stand Bs, close Bs, which is awkward. Worse than most characters. And she can't, I don't think she can start a combo from a low B. I think her low B just ends combos. And I think her buttons aren't very good at stopping hops, which is obviously a very core part of the game. She's just playing a different game than everyone else, supposedly. Her own air buttons aren't bad. I think she's got like a jump C or something. She's got like some like cross up that's kind of good, I think. I say it's worth. I say it's extremely worth. It might be the best KOF game to date. I kind of want to play KF too now I'm talking about it. It's a nice concession on using Street Fighter mechanics but making jump strong. It's a nice compromise. Street Fighter has so many things to kind of make jumps weak. Having the jump just much shorter duration to make it much harder to react to goes a long way to making jumps really good while still making them as vulnerable as they are in Street Fighter titles. Especially because it's actually easier to anti-air hop than to jump due to the hurtbox location. Everyone acts like air parry is just a non-commitment. I'll never understand. You can't air parry and do an air normal. You guys realize that? Once you hit the air normal, the air parry stops existing. Ooh, very nice. You can option select parries, yeah, but the thing is, if you option select a parry for an air parry, you'll be parrying in a position where they can't hit you. Like before you reach them. The thing that makes anti-air parries and also air parries so easy compared to other parries is because you know exactly when the two characters are going to be in their little period where they're interacting. There's no kind of question on the timing. Of course, there still can be a question on the timing because you can just not hit someone in that period and hit them after. But if you do that, then you know you might end up blocking a jump in, for example, and then the after period never even happens. One thing I find interesting about SF6 is that previous Street Fighter games, Street Fighter never really ever had a Street Fighter flavor. You know what I mean? And by that I mean, Street Fighter, it never had a street fighting flavor. It was always a tournament, and it was always pro martial artists. And it was always like, you know, all the trailers we've seen from Street Fighter 6 actually look like street fighting. And I'm surprised to see how much I like that. It kind of gives the game lower stakes. I feel like the direction that Sf3 went with the story mode was just completely not the direction I wanted Street Fighter to go in. I don't need some end of the world bullshit. I don't even need a villain. Everyone's like, oh my god, when are they going to introduce a villain? It's like, what the fuck is a villain going to do? Why do we need a villain? Why can't we just have a bunch of people punch each other? Okay. Everyone is so fucking... there's so much discussion on the way that Ken looks. We don't even know if he's going to be an edgelord yet. We just have the one concept art, don't we? Or is there more? And he looks like an edgelord in the concept art. But I like it. It reminds me of Terry. A little bit. Older Terry. I figured that, you know, he'll just be smiling once we see him. I could be wrong. I don't know. Supposedly divorced? Really? She took the kids, Ryu. No boxer character? Did you not see Ed? Hello? Did you forget that Ed is a boxer? They're not boxers unless they only punch, huh? Ed's got psycho power. It just puts him in an entirely different group somehow. If Ryu escapes Satsui no Hado and then Ken moves towards it, that would actually be kind of interesting. I think it's literally guaranteed that SF6 will have a bunch of SF3 characters eventually. Whoa. I am cautiously curious about what the fuck is going on with Marisa. I like the helmet hair thing, but it also looks really stupid. I can't imagine a world where Marisa isn't a grappler. And there's Zangief too. There you got two of them. Remy will never come back. Remy will maybe come back with a different moveset. It'd be cool to have a Shadaloo secret boss. Kind of reminiscent of Alpha 3. It'd be cool to have a secret boss in that all. SF4 had secret bosses.
You win. Battle. Prepare to strike. Now.
Wasn't that like part of the lore of the outro of SF Alpha 3? I don't actually remember how that panned out. The Shadaloo, Bison died, Shadaloo was kind of defuncted. At least briefly. And it was like Vega and Sagat just dipped. And I think Balrog got the company, ran to the ground or some bullshit. I don't remember what game that was. That's some kind of lore, but I don't remember where. It might have been from the comics. Yeah, give us the gorilla. I wouldn't even be that surprised to see Kazuya just randomly in the game, but I don't really want it. I don't really like Kazuya. I only kind of like Jin. I like Heihachi. Heihachi gets a pass. I find Kazuya to be like a tremendously uninteresting character.
Final round. Go for it.
Heihachi dies in fucking Tekken 7 or whatever, and then he just fucking wakes up in his fucking bed in the Street Fighter universe. And it's like, what? Mishimi Zaibatsu? What are you talking about? You're gonna go train with your bear today. Because wrestling bears is a canon thing that happens in the Street Fighter universe.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Very nice. Great punish.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Very nice. This Ken is really good, but also, man, we've seen a lot of Ken.
Battle. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
King or Paul? I always see people suggesting Yoshimitsu because he's kind of the most Street Fighter. He's not the most Street Fighter, don't get me wrong. He's the most unique Tekken character, I guess. Or one of them.
Are you ready? Go.
Sending over the Oddball is a funny idea. To the Oddball series. Oh no, he uses a sword. What's the guy in Street Fighter EX? I can't even think of his name. There's just a Street Fighter character already who uses a sword. Granted, he was on the Eureka side. Just a guy with a whole ass sword. Anyway, there's also Vega.
You win. Prepare to strike. Now.
5 hour soup? You better have slow cooked it. When I make soup, I do it because you make a shitload, and you can make it fast. I made soup in a little minute. $100-hour lasagna. It's a little cursed sounding. Can I actually successfully chase that EX record with left forward, but EX fireball didn't even combo from it. It's weird seeing left forward hit and not EX fireball combo.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
The back fierce. Oh. That was an early towards fierce anti-air. That was before Kem probably would have been parrying, so that was very nice. Jesus! He almost choked that fucking punish. Well, he did choke it. It could have been a kill combo. That was probably an accident, but paid off.
Are you ready? Go.
Very nice. Huge damage on that. Red parry attempt. It's a very good red parry to go for in this matchup. Very low damage if you drop it, very high damage if you get it. What the fuck? Parried on the way up. He was like, oh, Alex is doing his fucking 30 million frames to everyone else. Time for me to parry it. Probably did that on reaction, realistically. Probably an accident right there. Trade. Good trade for Alex. Took like no damage and did a lot of dizzy. Yeah, X would have worked there, I think. Oh, tricky cross. Another tricky cross. Alex went for low parry, and Ken just staggered it. You can parry on the way up and down, sort of. Yes. I mean, technically the answer is yes, but there's parry lock. But a jump is long enough that you can parry. The parry lock will run out. But only if you parry on the way up, like, pretty early. Oh no.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I got some beans recently. I like suddenly realized that I hadn't had barbecue beans in like years, and I was like, man, I could really go for some barbecue beans. And then I went to the store, right? And every fucking barbecue bean fucking thing, I didn't want to get a whole fucking bag of beans, dry beans, so I just got a can of beans. And every fucking one I saw was like 20 billion servings of beans. It's like, fuck, I just want serving for one. Just give me a little bit of beans. I don't need all of them. Nice. Anyway, there were only 2 cans of beans that were one serving. One of them was like a fucking original Bush's baked beans kind of thing. Barbecue beans. And one of them was beanie weenies. Anyway, I got one of each, so I literally had beanie weenies downstairs.
Are you ready? Go.
Haven't had beanie weenies in a long fucking time. I wasn't raised on that shit or anything. Nice confirm. He got that link late, I'm pretty sure. I think the link timing on Fire Strong is quite lenient. There's a crouching opponent too. The best bean. I've always quite liked Pinto. Very ordinary answer. I like kidney beans. I like the white ones, whatever, the cannellini beans. Those ones are good. I've never been crazy on black beans. Black beans, I think, would be a lot of people's answer for best bean. But I don't like them that much. I don't dislike them, though. If they're there, I'll eat them. For me, it's probably just pinto beans.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
Actually counts as being sure. Alright, back throw was good there. Necro's very dangerous when he corners you. You get the combo out of the throw, and you get... Was that what he wanted? He got like far short super cancel, which I didn't even know was a thing. Well, not far short, but neutral short, I guess. The one that's not the fucking zoom short, you know. I had no idea Necro could super cancel that. That's funny.
Are you ready?
Most moves that super cancel also special cancel in this game, so it probably special cancels too. Why does Ken have 24 wins? Wow. Low strong, just effortlessly counter poking down back fears. Grimy. Imagine asking what the best bean is, and you've only had like 2 beans ever. I mean, I think there's a lot of different kinds of beans. Oh yeah, what about garbanzo beans? Those are kind of nice. You guys like them? What about hummus? Ugh. Forgot about garbanzos.
You win.
Those are like mid-tier for me.
The heat of battle. Go for it.
Green beans! I forgot all about green beans. I like them. I only have green beans with like Thanksgiving dinner kind of bullshit. But man, I like seeing them. Cooked veggies are so nice. God, I haven't had peas in a minute. I'm gonna go downstairs tonight and have some peas. I got frozen peas in my
Fighters ready.
freezer.
Engage.
Brown rice is good. I like basmati. I like jasmine. That's all I got. I never get any rice except those.
You win.
I didn't know there was more than one kind of pea.
Are you ready? Go.
Whoa. Anti-air fucking overhead. Nice punish. He didn't have a whole lot he could do there. Necro's walk speed is not so great. And he doesn't have like a good far cancel apart from super cancels. Like far strong super. I'm like that with certain foods.
Engage.
Where it's like, this is healthier maybe. I don't know if it's true, but... It's very easy to taste the difference between multigrain and white bread, though. Nice, anti-air electricity. He held it a little bit to be safer against parries, which prevented him from getting a juggle. Or the version he picked, I guess. Prevented him from getting a juggle. Something. I'm not a Necro player. Necro's down jab actually goes super far. Unfortunately, there's like no conversion from it. I don't even think he can combo 2 of them. Oh, that was a super confirm. Whoa. Whoa! Necro wanted walk under into back forward, but he failed to get the walk under. That sucked.
You win. Fighters ready.
Necro's movement does kind of fuck him over in certain ways. Third strike character I'd like to see in Sf3. You're looking at him. Here he is. I mean, he's one of the worst characters to bring just because he's not an interesting, he's not a novel playstyle. If you're gonna bring someone, bring a novel playstyle. Yeah, I want Oro. Yeah, I want Urian.
Are you ready?
Shouldn't even be a question for those guys. Just bring someone who plays uniquely. Oh, down fierce. Secret Necro button. My favorite bread is the bread with the raisins baked into it, but I never buy it. But man, I love it. There's like maybe one Street Fighter 1 character worth bringing back. Or maybe a couple. Retsu and Geki would both be decent.
Battle.
Of the ones who haven't already been brought back, that is. Like, obviously, characters like Sagat and Eagle are cool. But, like, the characters who haven't made it back, it's like, do you really want Joe? Do you? Look me in the eye and tell me you want Joe. Eagle's come back, yeah. He was in Alpha 3 and CBS 2. I'm surprised people would ask for Eagle back and not even realize he's come back before. Throw Dizzy's. Beautiful. Oh, why that combo? That was like the worst combo. Why not just heavy spin hook? That was a nice anti-air, actually. That should have been Necro's game like
Prepare to strike. Now.
99 times out of 100. Ah.
You win.
I don't know the Ken, sorry. He's really good though.
Now. Are you ready? Go.
Sodom or Maki would both be good. If we're in Metro City, I can see them kind of having fun with some Final Fight characters. The budget of the new game looks quite decent. I can't believe SF5 is gonna leave. It's gonna fucking be done. And we're not even gonna have a fucking netcode fix that everyone wanted. That being said, SF5's netcode hasn't really bothered me since, I don't remember when. It's been patched once before. I used to have really bad netcode with SF5 right at the beginning, but I upgraded my computer and the worst of it went away. It's still bad if you're fighting someone from too far away. Fortunately, I live in a hot spot. I'm sure a lot of people I play are just in fucking LA. Nice, Link.
Final round. Go for it.
Belger seems to be alive. Or rather, he was in the final fight stage for SF5. It'd be pretty funny if it turned out that, like, being kicked out of a window just broke his back for real.
You win.
Can no one beat this Ken?
Are you ready? Go.
That's not the kind of move you want to whiff. Empty jump into universal overhead is actually very meta.
Are you ready?
And by very meta, I don't mean people do it a lot. I mean it has a high chance of success. It's a good counter to things that people typically do there. If I play Ape Escape, I'll have to play Ape Escape 2 and 3. Is that it, or are there more? How many Ape Escapes are we on?
You win. Now.
Japanese only spin-offs? No, I didn't. I had no idea. That's kind of cool that Alex's anti-air was parried and he didn't get punished. Rare footage of... Whoa! Alex's down fierce actually jumped over a limb. That's hilarious. You would never use it like that. Do not even tell me that Super Monkey Ball and Ape Escape are related. I don't believe you. What's Ape Escape, Konami? Who the fuck made it? Nice.
Are you ready? Go.
Nice. Monkey Ball 2 is a masterpiece. So is Monkey Ball 1. Maybe other games in the series are also masterpieces. I don't know because I didn't play them. Nice whip punish. I think Monkey Ball Deluxe is just all the levels from 1 and 2 and then some new ones. So Monkey Deluxe is probably the ultimate Monkey Ball experience.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Oh, the low forward came out the wrong way. I've had that happen to me with cross-under stuff with Oro after a jab reset. It's always awkward. Sure you preferred to Ken's other super, huh?
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
You're gonna need to elaborate. Are you saying when would Ken pick SA1 or SA2? The answer is never. Ken has the freest pick of his super selection of any character in this whole game. It is not even a question. SA3 is best by like a country mile.
Engage.
No, they are both stronger. But that's literally like their one advantage. "12 can get away with picking any super, I think. I think SA1 is the best, but...
You win. Now.
Why is it so loud?
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter.
How do you guys feel about alpha style supers? I've seen SA2 and SA1 Yun in competitive before. I don't think they're that good, but they're not like you lose instantly. I think SA1 and 2 Yun are just high tier instead of top tier. I don't know if we actually, if it's super selection or if it's just have all supers. Ken supers are, you don't insta lose, but they are a lot worse. You lose a lot of stuff. SA3 has quite a lot of confirms, and SA1 has like, SA1 and 2 both have like 2 confirms each. And it's either TC into super or low short super. You lose overhead super. You lose low strong super from like mid range. You lose far strong super. Max range low forward super. You lose like so much. There are a lot of characters where their super selection doesn't matter a whole lot because you can make any of them work, but people always pick the same one anyway. Like Akuma. Akuma Super 1 is his best super. But like, he could probably get away with picking the other ones. People just, there's no reason to try. Empty jump overhead again. Chun-Li SA1 is like that. It's like still good. Just not as good. But Ken actually just loses a shitload of utility. Very nice. No! Okay, it's still killed. I thought that would actually miss out on the kill because of that. Nice. Oh, it hit twice. I think heavy DP would have only hit once there. He expected to only need to parry one time. I've always said Shinryuken does actually very respectable damage for the meter spent. It has probably the highest damage for cost ratio of any super. Actually, that's not true. It's just Gane. Gane has the highest fucking damage per cost.
Are you ready? Go.
Gane is one of the strongest supers in the game, in the right contexts. And also one of the shortest. It's like the second shortest super. Ugh. A lot of universal overhead by this Ken to close out rounds. I like that. Yeah, some risk, but not a whole lot. It is one parry, and you can't do anything to make it safe on parry. There's no mix. Failed Kara. Fully charged Denjin is, it's just Denjin plus the follow-up. So I guess it's strong. I don't even know if it's stronger than SA2 from Ryu. Denjin itself doesn't do that much damage even when it's fully charged. Yeah, Ken actually really appreciates EX Fireball. So losing that is pretty lame. Yeah, I think Rio is probably best on point. The thing about Rio is he gets really good combos from half a bar or a full bar. You want characters like that for point, I feel. You want someone who can kind of hoard meter and still work. Or like work with a small amount of meter. And I think Rio is one of the best characters for like having 1 EX or 2 EXs.
Are you ready? Go.
I don't think it's a super important decision for what order you pick your characters in. Because most characters have similar damage potential now for meter spent. One consideration that's worth noting is certain characters have like an EX to go through fireballs or something like that. Or like a super to go through fireballs. And then they don't have good fireball answers until they have that super. So if you have a kind of zony character, they're often used in point just purely because the opponent won't have meter yet. I don't think it's a huge consideration, but it's there.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Your opponent's likely making the same decision though. Probably not running their character who needs to have meter to function in a zoning matchup as their first character. And I don't know if KF15 actually has any characters who need meter to function in zoning. There are a lot of characters with like a good EX super to punish fireballs though, at like any range. But like EX supers are quite expensive, so you would expect them to kind of be good for that kind of thing. That hits so late. The taunt. I feel like it would be better to super jump forward instead of up and get just the jump roundhouse, even though it's lower damage, just to get like a follow-up combo, or mix-up rather. But then again, it's possible that Yang, when he gets close medium kick anti-air into super jump forward, that he'll like sail into the opponent or something. A lot of people with their 3 characters just run their worst character to their best character. Or at least the most dangerous, might be more accurate. Since you might be good with a character who just like, you know, you don't have the kill combos with or something. Like I played KF13 for quite a long time, and I ran Kenso point for ages. And Kenso's kill combos were extremely difficult. But Kenso's neutral was very good and very easy. Whereas I had Shen also on my team, and Shen's kill combos were extremely feasible to do. Or just his high damage combos in general were very easy. So having to make like a giant comeback with Shen was a lot more feasible for me than making a giant comeback with Kenso. Often the big bodies don't even have a like an answer, like a metered answer to fireballs though. There are characters with like full screen Rambo supers who like can just kill a fireball mix up or zoning, kill fireball zoning once they have that. But big bodies like never have fucking that kind of super. Vanessa got nerfed. I think she's just okay now. They shortened her combo, I think. The big thing about her is she could spend 1 EX and just do a very ridiculous amount of damage. If she hit the corner. Her damage was like okay mid-screen, but with ridiculous corner carry, and then her corner damage was like through the roof. But now I think that the combo has just been cut down. That was probably 2 parries in the same direction, but Yang visually turned around. I can't believe how many Yuris I'm seeing. Yeah, that's another thing about it. Because the combo was so long, she built back the meter she spent. That's like people, I think people oversell that a little bit. Obviously it's really good. Don't get me wrong, that's a huge advantage Vanessa had. But it is worth noting that that's a combo that was like neutral, meter neutral. Compared to like, you know, a combo that could have built meter. People act like because it builds its own meter it has no cost. But instead it just has opportunity cost. Very nice. That was a punish. Smart. Kula was a big winner. People thought Kula was a bit middling in this game. Cronin and Kula. Nice. I want this Alex to do something, but he's kind of getting owned. That's like Third Strike in a nutshell, isn't it? It's just the issue with the game. It's a good game. Third Strike's a great game. It's a masterpiece. But sometimes you'll just have a really good Ken and a really good Yang. And then like an Alex of any caliber just has trouble kind of doing something. That being said, I kind of get the feeling that the Alex is probably the worst player here. Am I going to CEO? You kidding? I don't travel. Beautiful. That was by no means the strongest or hardest combo he could have done. That was a fairly easy one. It was cool looking though. I love me some dizzy juggles. Probably my single favorite Third Strike mechanic. Chun's worst matchup, probably Ken or Yun. Traditionally the answer is Yun, but that's a hard question to answer. I assume we're not including herself because herself is probably the realistic answer. Probably the mirror. Yun's got a nice free approach, and also is just a very good character in general. Chun-Li's answers to dive kicks are a bit awkward. She doesn't have an attack that hits at that kind of angle. That's good. No one actually counterpicks Chun-Li. Or else she wouldn't be top, like, 2. Oh yeah, Yashiro was a big winner. I think Elizabeth was already okay. Yang versus Chun is fine. It's probably a 5-5, or maybe slightly in Chun-Li's favor. It's not horrible, from what I can tell. Elena. It's probably pretty close to Yun versus Chun-Li, actually. The most ignorant cross-up heavies in the game. Who had good cross-up heavies? I think Isla had a good one. And then Angel. Are they better than those two?
Are you ready? Go!
It's not like twins dominate Chun-Li in neutral. They can just kind of hang with her. I guess, yeah, because it's only a cross up. That's not really ignorant. You kind of have to know. You can't just mindlessly do it. Ignorant's different from being good, isn't it? You can have a good move that's not ignorant and an ignorant move that's not good. Alex Sf3 is an ignorant move that's not good. In this game, I want to say you can get thrown out of some supers. I don't know how many. I've seen Ryu or Akuma thrown out of supers loads of times. Fireball supers. But both the supers on the screen right now I think are unthrowable. Yeah, Chun-Li's SA2 actually has no invincibility at all, sort of. The thing about it is that she moves during the super freeze when no time passes, and she can move through hitboxes during the super freeze. For example, a fireball. But if she's still inside the hitbox when the super freeze ends, then she just gets hit. For example, if there's like a poke or like a button, Chun-Li will move into the hitbox and then immediately get hit as soon as the animation ends. As soon as the freeze ends. I can't remember the last time I got hit out of Oro SA2. It's the kind of thing that just wouldn't happen because you wouldn't do it while you were point blank and throwable. It has no invincibility of any kind, and it's also not very fast. Chip. He actually held them back. Weird. One annoying thing about Third Strike is there's no super clear timing of when the super freeze ends. So it's something you kind of have to lab at some point, just to get an idea. It's a bit deceptive. The screen like lightens once the super freeze ends, but it's not like instantly light, instantly dark to instantly light. The super freeze, in my opinion, ends sooner than you think it would. And what's annoying is you can't buffer anything during the super freeze. Inputs are just ignored. Which is why it's a one frame parry to get like certain post super parries. Like Dudley SA1. There's some additional nonsense with that. I had this brought up to me recently, and I'm pretty sure it's true, but I don't think I've actually labbed it. If you're holding forward, you can't parry. You have to go neutral and then hit forward to get a parry. And for a super freeze, if the game froze while you were holding forward, while you were walking, it means you have one less frame to get the parry. Because you've got to have, after the super freeze, you've got to have a neutral frame. So for example, if there's only one frame, if it's something like Dudley SA1, if you're already holding forward, you can't get a neutral frame and a forward in the one frame you have to parry. So I think if you're already holding something, it just becomes impossible. That's true. It would be very easy to parry supers if not for that mechanic, but I kind of feel like it's too hard. I wish there was something in between. I wish every super was a frame slower.
Are you ready? Go.
I want it to be a risky fucking strat for Chun-Li to chip you out with super, instead of a foregone conclusion that can only be stopped by a Daigo moment. You know what I mean? Like, Daigo moment's only hype because it fucking is so difficult to do. Which means that 90% of the time, 99% of the time, chipping someone out with Chun-Li super is a good idea. Cool matchup, by the way. Oof. That's very hard to parry on reaction. Maybe impossible. Whoa! What was that? Failed super? A super would have been bad too. Would have been worse. Wow, decent punish. No way. Okay. Good punish. Probably kills. Another cool matchup. I love any matchup where it's just third strike characters. Wow, what a parry, what a punish. Hilarious. It's like a 1 in a million. Necro never even uses that normal. He just casually parried it. He was like, oh, okay, let me low strong this. Yes, Elena can heal in third strike. It's not really that great. It's okay. The opportunity cost feels fair. Like, you really do feel like you're missing out on a super and EX moves to get the heal. And the opponent feels that too. You know what I mean? It feels like there are significant weaknesses you take on to justify the super. It's sometimes used versus Hugo, but it's not typically used in other matchups. And honestly, even versus Hugo, it's often not used. The better a character's full screen presence is, the fewer opportunities you're going to have to use it, and the shorter heals you're going to have when you do have opportunities. So you want a character with really bad movement, of which there are not actually that many. He did the thing. He juggled out the command grab. I think that lowers the damage if you do the juggle he did. I'm using punish. If he went for the second parry, he would have killed without spinning meter. But it's not really a big deal. Necro's meter is cheap. The thing about Sf4 as well is that Sf4 has a huge prevalence of hard knockdowns, whereas Sf3 has none. The only hard knockdowns are from supers, and obviously Elena doesn't have a super hard knockdown if she picked healing. So her only way of creating a hard knockdown is dizzying someone. Pretty nice punish. Optimal.
You win. Now,
See, that's nice synergy that she loses hard knockdowns by picking the super that benefits from hard knockdowns. I mean, it's deliberately bad synergy, more accurately. It works well in that it doesn't work. Because it would be stupid if it did work. SF4, meanwhile, had various systems that kind of, like, you know, compounded too nicely. Yes, good balance. Good balance, Elena Sf3. Why no, I will not make that video. Elena was never popular. Or do you mean in SF4? In this game, Elena is one of the least played characters. That was very delayed. In 4, she was never that popular either. At least among casual players. I remember playing online, like ranked and stuff, and just I was like the only Elena. But I did a lot of my playing before people really acknowledged her to be good. It took a little while before people kind of came around to her. Compared to Evil Ryu, who was seen as being quite strong immediately in Ultra. Wow, she shook out. Unfortunately, in Street Fighter 4 and 5, when you shake out of Dizzy, you're automatically set to be blocking. This game doesn't have that. So there's a very high chance that immediately after you shake out of Dizzy, you commit to a normal. So your best hope is to mash buttons and directions while mashing out of Dizzy, but then right at the end to just only mash directions. And then block right as you would be taking damage, and just hope that you manage to shake out right then. Wow, tricky. Ooh, one hit only. I was a very early proponent of Evil Ryu and Elena in SF4.
go for it.
EX mallet combos are kind of weak. I can see why someone would not immediately identify them to be very strong, even though it's a 15 frame overhead that goes half screen. Just because the combo she gets is not very strong. People also used to drop it a lot for what it's worth. So it's even weaker if you only get the overhead and then don't get the jab link. There's also the fact that everyone thought it was a one-frame link to get out of that. And people are somewhat more willing to forgive one-frame links than other things. It's like, well, at least it's a one-frame link. At least it's difficult. Urian's cool. Nice, the re-corner. That was beautiful. Corner is everything for Urian. Nice combo. Oh, this kills. I joked about that in my video, but it's not the first time I've heard it. It was a joke between Elena players. You just say it's a one-frame link even though it's not. Link's tail took a very long time before people kind of saw the light. And the light that people saw was about heavy Link's tail being a hard knockdown, which is gross, and I don't know why it's like that. But that's, in my opinion, that's not the most broken part of Link's tail. It's just a broken part. The most broken part to me is that it's an unreactable low. which just has perfect perfect synergy with an unreactable overhead. And then also that you have FADC for super high damage. She gets like max damage stuff for 2 bars. I agree. Well, maybe. Guile is very good too. Urine or Guile, the best designed charge characters. In my humble opinion. Don't ask me to pick a Guile because they all have good design. Guile is consistently a very high quality character. The empty jump into headbutt was very sexy. Urine is definitely the best departure from traditional charge characters. Every charge character before him was just like, me throw fireball. And also whatever Balrog is. Car throw. Oh, that was a huge back throw. Nice route. My first fighting game was also a handheld. My first Street Fighter, rather. It was Alpha 3 on PSP. Wasn't until a year later I played Third Strike. Nice parry, nice punish. Look at all the corner carry on that. He was cornered when he landed that shit. I think this is a narrow-ish stage. Don't quote me on that, though. There's quite a lot of disparity between the stage widths in Third Strike. And additionally, it's not like there's only 2 sizes. It's like every stage is a different size. Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Edition on Super Nintendo. I think. Something like that. I remember, that was one of the first fighting games I was exposed to. I remember going to a friend's house and they were playing that. I never actually got a turn on it. But I remember seeing someone playing Donatello and he did like a super. It was the first time I'd ever seen a fighting game with super meters, and I thought it was such a fucking cool idea. Because up until that point, the only fighting game I'd seen was like Mortal Kombat 3. Nice.
Final round, go.
EX tackle? Wow. That's a good reply, actually. Well, reply is the wrong word. Nice red. Nice red. This is a debate. I instantly understand the debate too. There's good arguments for both sides. Parry there was quite aggressive. That fierce. A lot of people say Necro has some of the best animations in the game, which I tend to agree with. He's got a lot of wind up and follow through compared to most other characters for his stretchy limbs.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Every corner.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Alright, what about Remy EX booms? High or low parry? What if you parried the high parry low? I mean the high fireball low and the low fireball high. Whoa. Squished. Unbelievably dank. You see that fucking death animation? That's a fancy unblockable. Just two mirrors. One mirror hits from the front, the other mirror hits from the back. Nice and clean. Nice. Well, the throw. Aggressive. It would have been really strong if it worked. It's your jab. I think he wanted it. Don't think it was a headbutt. Headbutt would have been smart there, though. Ah, back fierce. Grabbed something. I don't know what. Maybe a headbutt? I don't know if you can back fierce the headbutt. Probably. Back fierce is a hit grab, but I don't know if it hits airborne opponents. But also, I don't know if... I don't know if that would matter for headbutt. I think it would. I think headbutt's truly airborne. Scary. You're gonna play with fire by walking in the way you did. Nice headbutt. That works even if the opponent quick stands, I think. Headbutt is safe on block in this game. Nice. Oh, he had a juggle. Red parry! A good one! Nice! 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 He got out! Urian gave Alex a very... Oh, it's going to hit. Urian gave Alex a very easy parry there, honestly. He could have done something to make that a lot harder for Alex. He didn't know Alex would parry, though. In order to do something to make Alex's life harder, he would have had to commit to it. Whereas Alex could have just, like, you know, blocked and got pushed out of the mirror instantly. He did something to keep Alex in the mirror. There's a lot of things like that where what you do is kind of based on what you think your opponent's going to do in third strike. How good you think your opponent is. And what you think they're going to go for. Your tactics might change. That reminds me of the time I played Brett in this game. He was a decent player. I think he played like Chun-Li and Ken, something. Brent. Not Brett. Brent is cool. I was trying to think of his name for a bit. But that guy. Anyway, he didn't play third strike like, you know. He was only playing it casually, but obviously he's a super good player. But one thing I remember when I was playing against him is his execution and his tactics were quite good, but I hit him with some shit he'd never seen before, and he just had no idea what to do. I won pretty easily. It was at one of the Santana Esports Arena events. I ran into him in tournament. I think it was actually like winners finals or something. Whoa. If you have enough gimmicks, does it become a sound strategy to spam them? Ask Blanca and Sf3. Because that's his whole character. Why is there a Sean? The Urian side had one win, and a new player was coming in, which inherently tells us that the Urian was the player, the human player, which inherently tells us that there was no Sean.
Are you ready? Go.
I started this video without even thinking about it, but like, I don't know if I even want to watch it. It sounds goofy because it's 3 a.m., but I also kind of wanted to go outside and just walk, because I've had like 2 or 3 lazy days in a row where I like barely left my house. It's just like, damn, I need to get like some kind of exercise. Or I'm gonna fucking explode. Oh, that could have been a lot worse for Yun. He could have super cancelled. Wow, when you said want to play KF instead of being physically productive, the answer in my head was actually yes. Decent mirror. Oh, good mirror. Oh, it bounced off in such a weird way. Does it always do that? When does a gimmick become a mix-up? I think it's once, even when you know it's coming, it can still work. And therefore I don't think stagger is a gimmick. He picked a light headbutt. Ah, Dudley's so cheap. That shit's hard to punish. EX headbutt's quite a good option there. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a good reply. You see that? You see what Dudley did? It's actually very intelligent. He uppercutted with the mirror right there. The beauty of that is you can't get a regular punish on it because you're just going to bump into the mirror. You can't punish it like a DP. So it like has good success rate against like Urian trying to approach, but Urian has to get kind of a whack juggle if he anticipates it. I do that myself in that matchup, Aura versus Urian. Headbutting into the mirror is surprisingly effective and surprisingly low risk. Onyamaing into the mirror, I mean. Did I say headbutting? I mean, Aura's uppercut kind of is a headbutt. Sort of. I think he's got his arms over his head or his arm. I mean, I asked rhetorically because I kind of answered what a gimmick versus mix-up is immediately after asking the question, but now everyone's kind of rephrased it.
Prepare to strike. Now.
If it stops working once you know how it works, it's a gimmick. Nice. Oh, he tried to super out. There probably was some way to... EX headbutt into regular headbutt might have dizzied. Dudley was very close to us done.
Go for it.
Nice. I've only done that a couple times, even though the opportunity always comes up. And every single time I'm like, damn, I could have parried that. It's very nice seeing it work. When you parry, you freeze, and you can kind of see which hit you're parrying. And it's fairly easy to only parry until the final hit, because the final hit's very distinct.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Parrying's whole moveset changes depending on which of his sides is facing you, doesn't it? Well, maybe not whole moveset, but I think there are changes, right? Is there a kill combo here? Almost. He really spent the meter. He really spent it. I mean, I don't blame him. He was pretty low health. I wouldn't have spent that meter. Okay. I love how Dudley's cheek drags behind him like a fucking bulldog sticking out of a car when he does that super.
Go for it.
Whoa, staying short. EX fucking headbutt. Whack looking. Upward fireball immediately, anticipating the instant jump. That was a nice button. Urian could have gotten juggle there, but it was difficult. Very high chance that he would be otherwise committed. Parryable? Didn't even hit. That can fuck you up too. Something people don't talk about very much in Third Strike. Sometimes you have a scenario like that where there's a parryable attack, and then you parry and it doesn't hit, and then you didn't press a button immediately because you were anticipating parrying. And you surrender like a punish. It's very awkward. There's a lot of chaos in Third Strike. Wow. Very nice EX upper. Good risk reward on that.
Are you ready? Go.
Oh, he didn't get it. It might have been impossible from the angle he had. Anti-air tackle to EX tackle leads to a fucking strong combo. But his EX tackle was too low. I like the chaos. Other people don't.
You win.
For me, the chaos is a plus. Every game is unique.
Are you ready? Go.
Sometimes with SF4 and SF5, I kind of feel like I've played a round where I've had that exact round before. You know what I mean? I rarely feel like that in Third Strike. That was strong upper. He really had towards forward parried and then canceled to short swing blow. That's less broken than it looks. Because there's quite a big punish window when you parry towards forward.
Are you ready?
Before you can even cancel it, I think. I can't enjoy that specific brand of chaos. Hard question to answer. Dive kick. I said that, but like, I enjoyed dive kick. But the notion of getting better at dive kick is cancerous to me. I definitely think it's a game you could get better at. But I wouldn't want to.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Oh, crutch fierce counter poke. Unfortunately, that doesn't cancel at all, so you can't buffer anything into it. $52 pickup is like all chaos, nothing else. Nice parry. That's probably blue parry. Can't imagine it being red from that far away.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Failed headbutt, maybe? Maybe he wanted to stay in face to juggle. Seeing crouch first point blank like that suddenly made me think of SF4. You would do that in that game. That was actually Dudley's like max damage point blank confirm. He would do crouch fierce into stamina nose. It was like a 1 frame link.
You win. Battle.
You say that, but I dunk people in tic-tac-toe all the fucking time. Most people only know the theory behind center first move. I play corner first move, and I beat people like very regularly.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Tic-tac-toe is like there's 3 lines. Obviously, it's completely solved, but you have to. Most people only have the theory for the main line. The corner first strat. All right, I guess I can show it. Hold on. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna open up MS Paint and just hover it over the thing. See if this. There it is. MS Paint. Good old MS Paint. So let's get our tic-tac-toe board. I'm drawing on a mouse. Everyone, give me some. So if you start with corner, and they do anything except center, it's actually a win for the corner. So, for example, they play side close to you. You go. I haven't done this in a while. Here, and then they're forced to play here. They lose, and then you go here, and then they either go here and you win. They either go here and you win there, or vice versa. They go here and you win there. So, adjacent side is an instant win for you. Far side. I think you go opposite. No. Yeah, you go here. And then they're forced to go here, they lose, and then this creates a double threat that they can't defend both. Yeah, I mean, every first move is a guaranteed draw at worst. And then opposite corner, you just pick any corner, I think. Because they're forced to go here, and then you go here. So corner first, unless they pick the center, they lose instantly. But most people will pick the center. Even if they don't know the theory, they'll just pick the center. So they go in the center, and then the most common thing to do here is the opposite corner. And then most people see corners as being better than sides. So, because they are. You have 3 lines with the corner versus only 2 lines with the side. So sides are considered kind of like a better investment, I guess. So most people will pick a corner here, and if they pick a corner, you win instantly. Doesn't matter which corner you pick, you just take the other one. But if they pick a side, it just instantly becomes a draw, because you've got no choice but to break their thing, and then they'll break yours, and then you've got to break theirs again, and then they've got to break yours again, and you end up with this. There we go. There's the theory of corner start. It's a little bit like a chess line, except like way simpler and ends sooner, because the opponent only has like 3 possible moves because of the symmetry.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Minesweeper actually has mix-ups. Nice, the dizzy. The re-corner. But then he kind of dashed through. That was awkward. Can't imagine he wanted that. Randomly get anyone super. It's like fucking Rainbow Edition. You just turn into that character. And do their super. What if you're losing and you get a random knockdown? You have to do like a random fucking... You have to do just a fireball super and pray you get Denshin. So you're only win con. You pray you get either Denshin or like Gene. It'd be so funny, like, a lot of confirms, you just still do the confirm, right? You just still be like, you know, Ken target combo, and then you'd buffer super. And then it's like, ooh, fuck, I got blue Nocturne. And then you're punishable. Or you get Alex Sf3. If you didn't air super, it would always be X flat or Ibuki SA1. Right? I think those are the only two air supers. Oh, I guess it could be like Akuma air SA1 or SA3. Does Dudley have the best taunt? I did a whole video on the taunts in Third Strike, and Dudley's is not the best. Wait, was it? Maybe it was the best. Whose was the best? Maybe it was Dudley's. I think it was Dudley's. I don't remember. Oh no, Q's was the best. I forgot about Q. Q has the game's best taunt. Taunt and you get a random character's taunt is, it would be kind of fun. I'd play that. Q's taunt buffs his defense. And it's a rather significant buff. 3 taunts Q has almost double the HP of 0 taunts Q. Q would be worse than Sham without the taunt. It's only HP. That's actually a very important question. Because Oro has a lot of really high dizzy stuff versus Q. A really important question for me. Because I rely on... If he gets 3 taunts up, I rely on his low stun. Well, it's still high, but you know. I rely on dizzying him to make the comeback. Which is very easy. Oro has a very easy time dizzying Q. Oro Q is one of the worst matchups in the whole game. Oro can just absolutely donk on him in neutral. My crouch goes under dash punch. My forward dash goes under dash punch. I have a touch of dizzy in the corner. My pokes interact favorably with his pokes. I have free movement. I corner him easily. There's like a zillion things. My good movement also makes it hard for him to taunt. His hitbox is unfavorable when it comes to stun pressure. You can unblockable too, if you want. I don't normally do that though. I usually pick stones versus Q. The corner touch of Dizzy is not too hard either. Nice. Oh, that was a tackle. You have a lot of time to charge. I'm surprised you didn't have charge. Q's damage is decent though, and he does still have parry. So it's not like I just get a free win on every Q I fight. But they have a mountain to climb. They can't win on Q's features, they just have to win on Aura's faults. Dizzy. Can he kill? I feel like he can. Maybe not. I thought there would be something with more light machine gun blows, but I don't know who that works on.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Smaller hitbox is always good. He would be better. Depends on how much smaller we're talking. Are we talking about like Chun-Li small? His width and height definitely do hurt him. At least in my matchup with him. Don't go anywhere. I was close to being done maybe. Once this video ends, but that could be like another 30 minutes. Another 45 minutes. Ryu size. That probably wouldn't change much. He's only barely taller than Ryu right now. He's quite a bit taller when crouching though. A homeless person or coyote? How small are you? Have you seen coyotes or teeny? I read a coyote stat. I think there's like no record of a coyote attack on an adult or some bullshit like that that wasn't rabid. I don't remember. Some nonsense like that. I wouldn't trust a bear, but like a coyote might be alright. Someone look up coyote attacks, because that sounds like bullshit, but I heard it one time. And I need to know if it's true or not. They're like mid-sized dogs. They're kind of timid too. They're red. Alex might even need the fucking red parry to get a punish in the first place. Oh, he just did it! YOLO. Oh, didn't even combo. $3:19 a.m. over where I am. I work tonight too. Two attacks in the US and Canada in recorded history. Well, 2 is not 0, but that's a very small amount. $160 is a very different number from 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't even want to be into a fight. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with a dog either, even if it was like a fucking smaller mid-sized dog. But they're not very aggressive. I live in a place with a lot of coyotes, and they just kind of hide. Very timid. We also got raccoons where I am. And possums. The American opossum. Very cool animal. Oh, possums are so damn goofy. And we got skunks. The biggest animal I would fight. Probably a large bird. But not one with, like, claws. Probably an ostrich or something. Show me the ostrich, I will fight it. I got hollow bones, I got good odds. The ugliness of possums is one of their charms. They're damn ugly. I answered the largest animal I could conceivably win against. I did not answer the largest animal I would fight. The largest animal I would fight is a lot smaller than that. The largest animal I would voluntarily fight is like tiny. I wouldn't voluntarily fight any animal. There's a lot of neck on an ostrich. That's a big weak spot. I got hands. They can close around things. That's a big weapon for me in the ostrich matchup. Even if it bites me or kicks me, I'm just gonna grab its neck. That seems like that'll be a good start for whatever I would do next. I'll figure it out as I go. Step 1, grab neck. Step 2, question marks. Step 3, ostrich is dead. Yeah, step 3 help, more realistic. I guess I could pick a smaller bird. Maybe like a big vulture, like a condor. I think that would be pretty free. I think that would be... I think if I picked an ostrich, there would be a decent chance that I would lose. I give myself odds. But if it's a condor, I think I win every time. Fight a donkey? Fuck no. Those things got a mean bite and giant legs. I get kicked and trampled and everything. I would 100%. I wouldn't even be able to beat a donkey. I wouldn't give myself any odds. It'd be a 100-0 matchup. Zoning strats. I think versus most animals, throwing rocks at it would be an ideal start. If I'm in a place with a lot of rocks, I up my odds quite a lot. A horse trying to kill someone looks like the fucking knocking them. They like basically tackle and knock something over and then step the fuck on it. I've seen it before. Horses will trample things they want dead. Put me in a fight with a great white shark, but we're on land. I'll just run like fucking 20 feet away, and then I'll wait it out. Hell, give me a megalodon. I'll go all the way up. Me versus megalodon in a football field. As long as I don't start in its mouth or something, I think I'll be alright. I don't know though. If it's like that big, maybe its flailing can just kind of reach me. And I think if I got kind of knocked with by a flailing megalodon, I'd probably like get hurt or die. Nice. I remember reading something about bows that basically every human culture has kind of independently invented bows without consultation with each other. So bows are just kind of part of human instinct, which is kind of a funny thought. It's just the natural progression from throwing something. Go from launch thing with arm to sling thing with sling to sling thing with bow. But it's kind of funny to think that we're like designed to operate bows. Evolutionary or intelligently or otherwise. Hi everyone.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice juggle. That was for sure. He had uppercut for Dizzy.
Are you ready? Go.
Imagine you're just a fucking gray wolf minding your own business, fucking chewing on an antelope. And some fucking weird monkey thing shows up. And just fucking chucks a rock at you. And then a bunch more show up and they all chuck rocks at you. And it's like you can either fucking stand there and get pelted by rocks. Or you can fucking run away and they get your antelope. What do you even do? You're helpless. Nice. There's a punish.
Final round. Now.
What is the animal there are the most of in the world? Because I feel like it's not humans. It's probably like fucking ants or something. They got the strats.
You win.
Just eat dead things.
Fighters ready. Engage.
That's some fucking real life meta right there, is eat dead things. I guess everything I've ever eaten has been dead. Except salt. Salt's not dead. Salt exists outside the living dead spectrum.
Prepare to strike.
I didn't even think about sea life. Maybe some of those fucking tiny planktons.
Final round. Now.
There's an amusing stat. I don't remember the animal. One of you might know it. But there's a fish that's the only animal on Earth with a higher brain to body weight ratio than humans. Our brains are really big compared to the size of our bodies. But there's a fish that's like just higher for whatever reason. There's a fish with bigger brains than ours. But brain to body weight ratio, so it's like, you know, bigger relative to the fish. Yeah, meanwhile jellyfish. It might be that humans are the highest and this fish is the second highest. Something like that. Elephant fish, apparently. I'm gonna look at a picture of that on my phone. I gotta see. Gotta see elephant fish. That was parryable post or pre-freeze. I mean, it's parryable post-freeze too, but. It's stupid looking. I guess it's not that stupid looking. Bony-eared ass fish? That sounds like you're making it up. I don't believe you. Damn, the elephant fish is dumb looking. Whoever named the idiot fish is like me. You discover a fish and it's just like, I can call this whatever I want. Are you serious? Okay, it's the fucking idiot fish. We would call it the elephant fish elephant. No, we would call it the fish elephant. Ah. It would be the fish and the fish elephant. Be the fish horse, I guess. I gotta look at a fucking bony-eared ass fish. How is this real? Fish don't even have ears. This one does. You got weird ears if they're bony. I remember a meme that people used to always talk about was the mountain chicken. Everyone open up Google right now and type in mountain chicken and see what you get. You'll love it. Everyone open up Google Images, type in mountain chicken. Oh, that's the last animal you expected to see. Damn, frogs look so stupid. I've never seen a frog that looks like it's having thoughts. Oh, also called the giant ditch frog. I imagine it's because it's big, but it's funny to imagine it lives in big ditches. Great, go away, bird. Does the Hawaiian language only have like 5 letters or something? Why can't they like write small words?
Are you ready? Go.
Oh, the mountain chicken is threatened. It's critically endangered. Oh no. Hunting for human consumption
Fighters ready. Engage.
was one of the main reasons that its population dropped so much. There's an animal called the rock dove, and it is a commonly known as the common pigeon. And it's always kind of funny to call it a rock dove, because 99% of people would see it and be like, that's a pigeon. I like stuff like that. Human rhinovirus. You guys ever hear that? That's what fancy people call the cold. The common cold.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Sonic Hedgehog protein. I've heard that one. I remember that. Those are cool looking, but they are definitely not cool. Ooh. Clutch! Please find a kill combo. Okay, cool.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Huh, the super jump? That looks super weird. I'm gonna look up this go away bird.
Final round. Go for it.
Looks pretty ordinary. It's got a cool crest. I like it. Most birds are good.
You win. Now.
Let's fight. Like
Prepare to strike. Now.
I'm gonna look at Pitoos on Google.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Oh, they're so cute. Why are they like this? The common Patoo. I will make the bird fighting game. You need a big roster for a game like that.
You win. Now,
Let's fight. Like
Where I live has a shitload of morning doves.
engage.
They're quite good, yeah. They're a very good bird. Well adapted for human cohabitation. Cohabitation.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice parry.
Final round. Engage.
I think it would be like... I think there's a dark force in Vampire Savior that would be like how I expect jumping to work in the bird fighting game. It would be like you could like hold up. It'd be like Anacaris' jump almost. No, it'd be like it'd be like Rikuo's
You win.
Dark Force,
Now,
where you could just kind of freely move around in the air.
go.
Different birds would have different jump physics, like depending on whether they were flighted or not. Oh, imagine like there's a penguin and it's got fucking Hakon's slide. It's got like a little belly slide. Damn. All that, and all he did was give you one more meter.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice combo. Very high damage starter if it hits. Close forward activate. What the fuck? He had a juggle there too. He had like dash punch or something. Or maybe another up kick. What a juggle! I've never seen this one. Did you guys see that shit? That's a brand new combo for me.
You win.
Young players do something else.
All right. That's cool. Are you ready? Go.
What birds would be in a bird fighting game? There would definitely be some kind of penguin. I would like to keep it small birds. I think that would be funnier if every character was tiny. So I don't want like an ostrich or something like that. What about a kiwi? I think a kiwi would be good. A penguin of some kind would be good. Maybe some kind of hawk or eagle. A roadrunner, that'd be a good one. Peacock would be good. Oh, he tried to red? Ibis? Something like that, or like a stork. Oh wait, I read ibis and I pictured not an ibis.
Fighters ready. Engage.
What animal did I? An egret, I guess. I pictured an egret. Ibis is like a little bird with a curved beak, right? A pelican! Yes, a pelican. That's like almost like a joke. It's like, hey, let's have it so the characters can each turn into an animal. What animal should Scorpion turn into? I don't know, penguin.
Go.
That's real though. I forget who it was. Someone already had the Scorpion transformation. For those who don't know, animalities were added in Mortal Kombat 3, and Scorpion actually wasn't in release Mortal Kombat 3 for whatever reason. They put him in for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 later on. It's the one time in the whole franchise Scorpion was absent.
You win. Now. Fighters ready. Engage.
Grappler penguin? I don't know.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Guest character penguin, but it's Scorpion's animality. What would the Kiwi do?
You win. All right, that's cool. Are you ready? Go.
Kiwis are fast. Okay. It can have bad attributes as long as it's quick. Would it peck you? Did they peck? I kind of want to play this game.
Are you ready? Go.
Highest walk speed, run speed.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Like the fucking megaphone doll. The parrot screams at you. Would the Peregrine Falcon be the fucking dive kick function?
Are you ready? Go.
Eight-way air dash. The Peregrine Falcon would be like Mien from KOF 14. Where every attack is a dive kick.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Damn, tricky. Maybe the Roadrunner could have like a tackle. Maybe the Roadrunner has a run with a hitbox. Where it like kind of steps on you. Whereas the Kiwi's got to stop to attack.
Are you ready? Go.
The Roadrunner would be like the dash punch function. It would have like Balrog dash punches. But instead of being a dash punch, it would be like it would step on you. What if making a bird fighting game is unironically my calling? Bird zoners. That's a tricky question to answer. That Dizzy was nice. The instant air jump strong.
Fighters ready. Engage.
It's a chicken and it fires eggs at the opponent. Crow that drops rocks. Parrot that shoots coconuts out of its mouth.
Prepare to strike. Now.
What would the flightless birds do against a fucking flighted bird, though, is the trick. I'm okay with having no projectile character in this game. Bird DPs. I was kind of thinking it would be very funny to have all the characters have very low HP. Like single digits. So like some characters have like 2 HP and some have like 3 or 4. And then some attacks do like 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. So like if you get hit by fucking Eagle's grapple, you're just dead. Maybe there can be a bunch of rounds.
You win. Now. Are you ready? Go.
Vulture has OTGs. Gets extra damage off of an air-to-air, for example. How did that hit? That was a punish. Yeah, that background just went straight over a fucking low jab. Delete. There'd be no supers. Oh, Phoenix last boss would be good. This actually sounds super cool. I really think there's some value to this idea.
Final round. Engage.
That low parry on low strong, extremely strange. Nice. Nah, I got so hype. I was like, that was such a good parry. I think the punish could have killed. I don't even know if that punish works. I don't know if he did it later. Just, oh, I'm gonna go. I gotta do some kind of movement before I fall asleep tonight. As much fun as I had chilling with here with you guys. I gotta dip. Who wins the matchup of Elena versus Necro? No idea. Probably Elena. No idea. Final answer, no idea.